Hello, Aries, and welcome to your New Year Zodiac reading. I hope you're doing well today. So we're going to get like a timeline reading here. We're going to look in the past, present, and future and get the guidance for the energies, what you need to know, the best way to work with what is being gifted to you at this time. We're working with the Learn to Read tarot cards. So let's start with the past energy for Aries, please and thank you. So we have the energy of strength. Past energy. Needing to have strength perhaps through some sort of struggle here with the Five of Wands. So the Five of Wands can be a card of conflict. Doesn't necessarily have to be like battle or tension or anything. It could also just be miscommunications or getting wires crossed in some sort of aspect here. Strength, control, confidence, balance, integrity, courage, generosity, and compassion. The card of strength depicts a woman holding open or forcing closed the jaws of a lion, apparently without fear. This almost has the energy of, where does your strength come from? Are you a more dominant, or we'll say, I don't know if the submissive is the right word, but like with that holding open or forcing closed. And yet there is both. It's almost like they both have, both extremes are a little aggressive here. The lion represents our primal urges, yet the woman has succeeded in taming them. Like the magician, she has the cosmic lemniscate above her head, symbolizing higher understanding. The fool is gaining mastery over the primal forces that have governed him. The card suggests that struggles may be ahead, but we have the courage and confidence to overcome them. So this is like in the past, like the deep past. This is more in the recent past. So this is the struggle that's maybe happened a little more recently here for you. But because of your past endeavors, you probably have the strength and are more capable to work through it than you realize. The five of each suit mark the crunch points along the journey. The Five of Wands suggests conflict and the possibility of lawsuits. You have had to make difficult decisions and possibly stepped on other people's toes along the way. You need to hammer out the problem and find an honorable resolution. So this is like very much coming out of a time of perhaps causing waves or making waves and trying to still the waters a little bit more. So let's get into the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit Oracle. I want to pull a spirit guide, a card of guidance for strength and strength and tensions here. What is the overall guidance for the past for Aries for strength and the Five of Wands? So we have the elephant. The elephant is connected to our ancestors, to our guardians. They carve the path for us and put obstacles in the way so we don't essentially hit rock bottom, right? And we also have the black egg. So the black egg is connected to the throat chakra. So the elephant. Unstoppable, auspicious, and wise, the elephant is arguably the most auspicious figure in the deck. Like Ganesh, the elephant represents immense wisdom as well as good fortune. It is said that the great elephant is the destroyer of obstacles. So if this card appears when you feel stuck, rest assured the path will soon become clear. To add to the mystery, the elephant is known to create obstacles in order to steer us in the right direction. Hi, baby. Trust this gentle, noble creature. It illuminates the way with the light of self-knowledge. When this energy is balanced, one-pointed, focused, generous, and loving. When out of balance, misunderstands own fate. To bring into balance, trust is required, which is interesting because the black egg is coming out, which is connected to the throat chakra, which is all about speaking words of truth, honoring our truth. Speaking from an authentic voice, the truth. The black egg contains one of life's essential treasures, the truth. Inside of it resides no confusion, excuses, small talk, noise, or lies. This living and breathing vessel harbors only that which rings true. When this essence is in balance, we speak slowly and clearly. We are drawn to activities like writing, reading, teaching, singing, or perhaps public speaking. Sounds draw us in. Books draw us in. The concept of truth itself draws us in. We start asking questions like, what do I know to be true about myself? And what is true about the world? When the energy of the black egg is not yet accessed, we speak from an unsure place. We say things we want others to hear, gossip, or repeat stories to justify our subpar behavior. We might even try to convince ourselves that we have no inner truth at all. The energy of the black egg hovers and waits for us to reconnect. It is available at every moment in every situation. It's the epicenter of truth, the birthplace of our voice. The black egg and the fifth chakra. The subtle essence of this card resides at the base of the throat, at the Vishuddha chakra. The ancient sages saw this center as a hub that governs our speech and expression. Vishuddha translates as especially pure. The balance of this center is important for all of us, but is especially essential for writers, editors, musicians, and teachers. So I do love that the elephant is represented by our ancestors, right? So it's going to be aunts, uncles, even older siblings, mother, father, grandparents, things of that nature, that have come before us that are kind of helping us illuminate the path. But part of that is also through their experience in life, they also shape you to help you continue to illuminate that pathway forward, right? And finding that truth. So you may want to work with the throat chakra a bit more. You can do this by expressing the truth, especially if you're feeling like a tightness in the throat. If you express the truth, that should help. There are chants and meditations on YouTube. You can also, sometimes you can just sing. And if you sing, you can even just sing like quietly to yourself. The vibration can actually help just soothe the throat. So let's take a look at the present energy. The present energy for Aries. What is going on in the now because of this past energy? So we have the Two of Wands. This is kind of going back to that message of what is true about the world. You may be observing the world at this time, seeking that truth, right? because we have like, it's almost like the truth of self and the truth of the world, but a lot of the truth of ourself reflects how we see the world. And some of our perceptions and things can be changed, right? They can be altered, and maybe need to be altered by finding one's own truth and one's own path here, at least for a time. Or that's, again, it's in the past, so maybe this is like the journey that we all kind of go on to find what's out there, right? Then in the future energy, you have the Five of Pentacles and the High Priestess. So the Five of Pentacles in the near future can represent feeling out in the cold, kind of broken down, beaten, going through a tough situation, right? But then it's leading you into this High Priestess energy, which is the strength and stability of one's will and perseverance of one's mind. So even perhaps seeing a light at the end of the tunnel here by going through some tricky circumstance. But let's come back to the present energy with the Two of Wands. New goal on the horizon. It has taken courage to formulate your plan. Now it can unfold. Plan for the next stage when your endeavors have taken root and started to grow. So actually what I'm getting from this is plan for the next stage when your endeavors have taken root and started to grow. So this could be like with your stability, your financial income. It's almost like once you start having things in balance, then you may want to open up like a savings account or an investment of some sort here, a safety net for this Five of Pentacles is what I'm getting. But this Five of Pentacles can also, the Five of Pentacles can feel like a loss at times or a bit of a struggle, but it's heading you into a different direction here. Oh, all these cards of strength. Look at that, 55. You have strength, 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 but it's leading to some sort of breakthrough here. The underlying energy for the past, you do have the bee. So the bee is all about hard work and dedication, but it's also about finding the nectar, the sweet spots in life, and putting in the work to bring about some sort of joy. So with this, it's almost like he's looking towards the past. It's almost like you may need to focus on this energy before worrying about this energy. What is the guide or guidance for the current energy for Aries with the Two of Wands? So we have two very kind of dominating force. Oh, I guess one's not really that dominating. Yeah, well, kind of in its own right. The elk, which is connected to the father's energy. So there may be something in our ancestry with the father connected or concerned to the father's energy. Then you have the crocodile, which is like patient and silent powerhouse. Stable, resilient, headstrong, the father. The great elk represents the earth element in its masculine form. This means it provides underlying support and stability amidst life's many challenges. An elk personality, whether male or female, is fully established in themselves and knows their core values. They become known and respected for acting in ways that uphold those values. Sometimes the elk's ego can become inflated, but for the most part, they make damn good fathers, mothers, lovers, and friends. The world needs more elk energy. When the elk energy is balanced, supportive, kind, and consistent. So that would be your goal, to be supportive, kind, and consistent. When it is out of balance, it's pretentious, high, and mighty. To bring into balance, eat and drink more consciously. It's interesting because you're starting off with a fire element, and the card behind it is the card of strength, right? Which is the card of Leo, so it would be a fire element as well. And then we're ending with a water here so far, which is definitely the high priestess. Oh my god, that's Cancer's energy. So you have this, the sun and the moon. But those energies can be vice versa when it comes to masculine and feminine type of energies. But the crocodile, the water. I was gonna say there's something in the water, but then what was I singing in my head? There was something in the air that night. The stars were bright. Fernando. Resting, submerging, collecting energy, and cooling off. The crocodile reminds us to step back from the external world and turn inward. Now is not the time for decisions, action, or discussion. The crocodile's mantra is wait. This doesn't mean lying around hoping life's challenges will disappear. The crocodile is much smarter than that. It means intentionally withdrawing, gathering our awareness, observing, and building energy. Fill up the vital reserves so your next move comes from a place of wisdom and power, which is pretty much what the high priestess represents. This is the pillar of strength, and this is the pillar of stability. So it's almost like building on this strength, right? Which is the first card that came out. Is going to lead to that stability. But while you're building here, there's a need to honor the truth and to kind of like respect that truth. When in balance, wise, patient, and silent powerhouse. When out of balance, feels stuck and lashes out. To bring into balance, rest and Makarasana pose. So the Makarasana pose is basically you lay on your stomach on the floor, you put your hands behind your head, and then you kind of arch your back, and I think your feet. So it's like a reverse, or is it concave? Like a smile, an upside down rainbow, right? If you can kind of, if you look it up, the crocodile pose, it'll show you a description of it. Don't mind me, I just need to lay these out, and if I change them too much off the camera, then they move all funny when I do the next clip, and it drives me crazy. So I want to pull the closing message with the Queen of the Moon Oracle. For the words to live by, what you need to know leaving this reading. So what is the closing words of wisdom? There's, I'm hearing the word tsunami, but it's actually a The only thing that's coming to mind is turn the bed into a tsunami. That may be the truth that somebody's willing or wanting to express. The only reason I'm saying that is because we have these two kind of watching this egg. And the elephant's kind of got its eye on the egg too, right? It almost could be like a test to see how you'll respond to the truth. Or need to guard and protect some sort of truth here. Within the truth, it's almost like I'm just seeing within this egg, it's almost like the blackness of the egg is disintegrating with all this light around it. It's almost like the energies around you may be really helping kind of balance your energy. You might want to try to fight it a little bit less with that Five of Wands. That may not be the case for everyone. That's just what I'm seeing. Hey, you too. Gratitude, last quarter moon. Oh my God, it's like being grateful for those who have come before us and paved the way. Right? Because I'm just saying it definitely looks like like a mother and child's hand. And all these wrinkles here, it's like all those scars left behind. It's almost like the energy that they have given to you to be where you are and to appreciate their sacrifice. I opened right to the page. Gratitude, be where you are and be thankful. There is always something to be grateful for, no matter your suffering. Gratitude raises a lower vibration to a higher one. Do not allow yourself to be surrounded by too many negative people. Life is conspiring for you. I joyfully turn my attention to what I am grateful for. I joyfully turn my attention to what I am grateful for. As we enter the last quarter moon on the lunar cycle, the energies begin to turn towards surrender and release, to let go of what we no longer need. It behoves us to pay attention to what we have right now, both positive and negative. So this is very much like Pisces energy, right? And on the zodiac wheel, Pisces is the 12th zodiac, and then the next zodiac is yours, Aries, right? So Pisces is very much can be connected to the feet. But it is the energy of sacrifice and rehabilitation. So it's like sacrificing the things no longer needed and rehabilitating to be ready to accept what we are open and willing to accept, right? No longer kind of settling necessarily. So the more you can do a ritual for releasing, grounding your energy, clearing your energy, the truer and clearer the path forward will become, right? This attention paying and focus allows us to wisely discern and be grateful for all of it. Yes, all of it, because the nasty stuff, the stuff that is making us suffer right now has already happened, and we can take wisdom from this. However, now it's going waxing crescent 4 and the dark moon are going to sort that out for you. And what we have left is the good stuff, and frankly, most of it is going to be great. Taking some time out on this moon to list a few things that you feel grateful for will raise your vibrations and banish any resistance you have to ditching old, outmoded patterns. Doing this also turns your powerful focus away from a story you may have started to believe of everything going wrong or that life does terrible things to you. Gratitude is a balancer. In fact, it normally tips the scales to the positive. Companion stone or metal, we have ocean jasper, number 63. So we have the last quarter moon. So the last quarter is after the full moon, yes? The time of this reading, it is, I believe it's January 11th, and the full moon will be on January 13th, so in 2 days, and it's in Cancer. And then from there, the last quarter moon would probably be like a week later, so it's that like around the 20th or 21st, maybe? Whatever that moon cycle would be. Damn, I'm good. I don't even know the actual moon cycles and that stuff. I kind of just followed my own thought process. So the last quarter is supposed to be on January 21st. It's at 2031. But we have Scorpio, another water moon. So the full moon is on January 13th. However, I'm not sure when I will have these uploaded, so that's kind of a dodgy area. The full moon is on the 13th in Cancer, and then the last quarter, which is the moon that you have, maybe a time to be grateful. So you may want to write that down and try to connect with that energy, because it is Scorpio, and Scorpio is the Holy Trinity, right? Life, death, and rebirth. So in that energy, there could be some sort of transformation here for you. And even if you just go out into the moonlight and close your eyes and just take a few breaths and feel the gratitude for how calming that energy is. You can do that with the moon and the stars anytime you want to, right? That may actually be the guidance that is being offered here. So I'm going to pull a couple final messages with the Avalon Magic. So with the full moon, you may or may have experienced or seen some sort of truth being reflected back to you within your family, your emotions, things of that nature. This Cancer, it is the moon, and it is in its own energy. And with that, it's almost like you can kind of imagine if you were like on stage and there's a spotlight on you, right? If you are the moon itself, because that light is coming from the sun. It's almost like when the moon is full, perhaps we are blinded by light so you can't see anything past yourself. And that is the inner world of Cancer, where your truth, your emotions, your core beliefs and things like that kind of reside. It's kind of the inner heart and soul that nobody knows the full picture except for you, just like the moon, right? Because the moon, even when it is full, is only technically half lit, or it might be like 3/4 lit or something like that, right? But it's never fully revealed. So that is that Cancer's energy, and going within and working with that. Then on the last quarter, there's that Scorpio moon, but we also have that Pisces energy of re, rehab and rehabilitation, release and rehabilitation, which are kind of the feet of Pisces, right? That energy of letting go of something here in preparation for the new cycle. And that is typically how the moon would work, right? The main phases of the moon, right? Like the new moon is kind of the seed stage, the new idea. That would be kind of more Aries wheelhouse, the spark of an idea. But then planting that idea and then nurturing it kind of as you go through the zodiac wheel, so to speak. So connecting to the moon may help you at this time. So these are the cards that wanted to come out. I have like a little castle on the hill. It's kind of an isolated card almost. The path isn't always a straight line. You come back to things you thought you understood to see deeper truths. It's like this is kind of the energy of a thought or memory may have come up in the past and you may have felt a certain way about it, but then it comes up in the future or in the now, and you may actually have a whole different kind of outlook. Then we have this card. She's kind of like into the mist or into the fog, searching for the answers here. But this is an act of gratitude in itself, raising the palms open to the sky to say thank you. Like sometimes I'll do this when it's like nice and sunny, right? Like, oh, just thank you for the sun on my skin. Or the other night I did it when it was raining because it hasn't rained in forever, and it was just like so refreshing to have like a spring rain in the middle of winter. It was weird, but it was just so nice. But that is the act of gratitude for being grateful for the many blessings of life. Live your own authentic life with courage and to be your true self. Renew your focus. And all these, I guess all the cards technically have the Triskel, which is, it is the Scorpio energy of life, death, and rebirth. They just have a different way of looking at it. Like life, death, and rebirth kind of has two sort of positives and one negative. Like death is, it's not necessarily that it is a negative, but most people would look at it as a negative, right? And then you have the two positive, rebirth and life. The Triskel is, it's Celtic, I'm pretty sure, but it's destruction, chaos, and regeneration, something like that. So it's kind of the opposite, two negatives and a positive. They're definitely the cycles, and I do see this as Scorpio's energy. Because Scorpio's energy, if you want to singularize it, is it's just transformation, right? Life, death, and rebirth. It's some sort of change and transformation, things evolving, connected to this gratitude. There may even be something that happens that changes your faith and your gratitude, especially if you are struggling. It's almost like in the recent past, there's struggle. In the near future, there's struggle. But right now, with that Two of Wands, it's almost like you're observing and seeing what's next, right? Like you don't necessarily need to act on it, but just being in the moment, seeing what's around you, being grateful for those blessings. Because we as a people, like we are very fortunate compared to, I don't know, say like 100 years ago or so, right? Like just in the cycles of societal evolution itself, we are truly blessed. And I think we can take things for granted, right? Like even the simplest things like cars and electronics and power. Like our body, our hands. So kind of remembering the small things and having gratitude for that is what will show you a deeper, truthful perspective here. It's almost like family and ancestors here protecting this egg, which this egg is you. Right? Kind of helping it along its way. And sometimes that can be annoying, and other times it can be like a godsend, right? You have people telling you what to do all the time, it can get really irritating. But other times it's also like, thank you, like I needed that assistance. But I'm also seeing you as this crocodile, but it's almost like this is more in the future energy, right? So this is like almost like who you're becoming. And the crocodile is the silent powerhouse. It has a lot of strength and wisdom, but it's almost like because it doesn't jump on every opportunity. It doesn't jump on like every trend or anything, right? It waits for the right opportunities. So this is also like about balance and temperance of one's own energy. So I will leave it there. I hope it resonates. There's something about healing here through gratitude. I will leave the reading there. Make of it what you will. I hope it resonates. If it does, please feel free to hit that thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I will have my Instagram and PayPal information in the description box, as well as all of the cards I have used in your reading. Thank you for watching and Happy New Year. Many blessings and bye for now.